Hello everyone, my name is Francis Doran. Today I'll be talking about microbes. A couple weeks ago I was presented with a question of why microbes matter to me. And I did a lot of thinking about it, and I eventually asked myself, okay, what do I love to do? And the answer was pretty simple. I like to eat. I like to do a lot of other stuff too, but I just like to eat a lot, and that's the thing I went with. Then I asked myself, okay, how do microbes affect foods? And after doing some research, I learned that certain microbes had a huge effect on foods that we eat, and I wanted to talk about them. So the first microbe that I wanted to talk about is the Lactobacillus lactis. Now, let's do a quick rundown of this bacteria. If you were to do a gram test on this bacteria, it would test out as positive. Well, it should test out as positive. And it's also non-motile, and it's not capable of forming spores. In terms of its shape, it pretty much should be spherical, and you can often find it in short chains. Okay, so now that we know the characteristics of this bacteria, why is it important? Why do we need it? And why do I care about it so much? Well, this next picture should explain everything. This right here is the Big Mac, a very unhealthy sandwich, but a sandwich a lot of people, including myself, love to eat. But let's remove two important components of the sandwich, the bread and the cheese, and let's look at how they are made. So when making the cheese, the bacterial culture used, of course, is the Lactobacillus lactis. It is added to the milk and it feeds on the lactose sugar in it, and it converts that lactose into lactose acid. The lactic acid curdles in the milk, and then it separates to form curds. And boom, there you go right there. That's how you get the foundation of cheese creation. The bun is also made in a similar way, but instead of a lactobacillus, yeast is the big factor in forming the bread. It produces carbon dioxide bubbles that makes the bread rise. And it does this by eating the sugars in the bread dough and excreting carbon dioxide out, which leads to the dough puffing up and getting that bread that we are used to seeing. Here's a quick video of what that looked like. As you can see from the video, the yeast ate up all the sugar in the bowl and released the carbon dioxide that led to the rise of the bread. And that same method is used to make the buns of a McDonald's Big Mac. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that the two microbes, Lactobacillus lactis and yeast, plays a huge role in creating the bun and cheese from the Big Mac sandwich that I love so much. And it makes it possible for me and everyone else to enjoy it. And also, not only does those two microbes and many more help create the Big Mac, but pretty much every other dairy product in the world. And I'm very thankful for that. But while we are on the topic of food, we might as well talk about how they are broken down. As you know, teeth are the main forms of physical breakdown of food. But something you may not know is that teeth is also one of the many career paths that I may choose to follow, hopefully as a dental hygienist. And microbes have already taught me so much before I go into the career. I've learned about the effects that they have on teeth, why mesophiles enjoy living in our teeth, and in many different locations of our body, and how they work. For example, mesophiles such as the Staphylococcus mutans and the lactobacillus love our teeth because we give them a perfect temperature of 37 degrees, sugar and starch foods for them to feast on, and the opportunity for them to multiply if you don't take the necessary actions to stop them or limit them. If a person fails to take care of their teeth or, limit the bacteria, then these mesophiles will produce acid that will cause cavities in teeth. This is due to them consuming all the food that they eat from the teeth and then releasing out, acid that leads to the decay in the person's teeth. As a future dental hygienist, I would need to know stuff like this because, I may need to explain it to patients or, try to understand a bigger concept later down in schooling. So knowing this type of knowledge is actually very important for me and probably a good reason why I'm taking microbiology right now. So basically to conclude, microbes matter to me because a certain amount don't make up a lot of my favorite foods and a lot of my favorite dairy foods. And actually, microbes are very important to me because, they're going to help me a lot on my journey through dental hygiene. And I just want to say thank you, microbes. And that was pretty much my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a nice day.